How we doing, folks? I'm jumping in here to try and get this build finished. So we're back building the Hocus Pocus set. Set number 21341 from the Lego Ideas line. So we've done a couple of streams so far, and we're most of the way through the build, so don't know if I'll get this necessarily finished tonight. I had hoped to, but I'm not sure I'm going to have as much free time as I thought I might, so we'll get through as much as we can. And if everything goes to plan, then maybe we'll get it finished, but we're starting off here anyway with one of the roof segments. So just seems like a whole lot of plate and tile work here, so I want to just sort of crack on and get through as much of this as we can. Okay, hoping there's a wee side build then. Well, I suppose it would make sense. Kimmy Teo, hi, how are you? Hope you're well. So this is where we're up to so far with the build. So like I said, this was over a couple of streams. It's actually come together fairly quickly. It's a really cool build. There's some fantastic details inside. I'll show you in a little second. So just open these doors up. I'll give you a wee bit more of a view down into the building itself. Thanks very much, mate. Thank you. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So that's just inside then. It's quite hard to see. It is quite dark. There's a lot of detail in there. We do have a wee light brick as well then that lights up just underneath the cauldron. I don't know if it's easier maybe to see sort of in through the roof perhaps. And we also have a wee bit of a play feature here. So there's a little water wheel on the side that turns. And thank you, mate, really appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in and saying hello and subbing. Yeah, so that spins around and you can see these crazy looking flames here, these colourful flames in the chimney pop up. It is indeed, yeah, the Sanderson's cottage, Ishmael, that's right. Don't ask me a whole lot about it. I'm not a massive Hocus Pocus fan or anything, but it's a really cool build, a really nice set. So, no, I won't thank you. I'm in it for the long haul. I'll give it a good go anyway. Sort of quite enjoying these live streams and building these sets online, so sort of nice to sort of build along with other people and sort of you know, let them have a wee look at the sets too. So do appreciate you popping by. So yeah, we'll just crack through this as quickly as we can. I would love to get the set finished tonight, but like I said, I don't quite know if I'm going to have the time to do that or not. We'll see how we get on. We'll get a good stamp, but at the very least we should get the roof section sort of complete anyway, which would be nice. How's everyone else's Friday evening? I don't know if there's any football fans in here, but the Premiership starts back tonight, finally. I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I'm not overly bothered about the first match, but it's just great to get football back. That might distract me a little bit from building going forward, but has anyone else any plans for the weekend? Any Lego builds or anything fun? Let us know in the chat and obviously say hello. And I'll do a wee bit of shameless plugging as well. I do also have a little sort of build series going on, sort of separate to this. Where I'm building a Lego Dungeons and Dragons set. I don't know if you can quite see it there, but it's just down here in the corner. This is a really cool set. I don't know if there's any Dungeons and Dragons fans out there, but I'm building that as well at the minute. But I'm actually doing that one piece at a time for every subscriber I get. So anyone that's watching that is even remotely interested in maybe sort of tagging along with what I'm doing, then please drop us a wee sub, and that'll be one more piece in that I can get added onto that set. We're sort of progressing fairly slowly through it. it's a big build. It's over 3,000 pieces, so it's going to take a little bit of time. So I need as much help and support as I can get from you folks. But in the meantime, anyway, yes. So we've got the Hocus Pocus house here, or as Ishmael sort of pointed out, it's the witch's house, Sanderson's cottage from the Hocus Pocus movie. I must let you have a wee look here. We do have the minifigures as well here. Now you're gonna have to hold on. They might be in the front of the instructions, because it's a Lego idea set. They do generally have a lot of detail in the instructions, so details about the designer, the fan designer, and the series and the sets and all that sort of jazz. And there might be a wee bit more information here. Okie dokie. So we've got 3 witches here. So I think, I don't know which one's the oldest. Let's presume this one would be the oldest one then. So I think this might be Winifred. Absolutely put me right if I'm wrong. And it doesn't have the names of the other one, so I'm a bit sort of lost, to be honest, on the names of the witches, but they're the Sanderson sisters anyway. And I'll let you have a look at the minifigure here when I stop sort of messing about and losing pieces here for what is going on. There we go. Get those instructions back down there. I can sweep bar up. So yeah, we've got the 3 sisters. So we've got this one anyway, who I believe to be Winifred, but I could be absolutely and entirely wrong. This one then, who, if memory serves me correct, was the youngest of the witches. Pretty sure in the most recent movie she was played by Jessica, or what do you call her from Section 7? Sarah Jessica Parker. And then this is the other, so she was like the sort of the leader of the trio, if you will. Again, I don't know her name, but it's such a cool minifigure. It's so akin to the actual character itself. It's brilliant. The hairpiece, the facial prints, everything, so it's very cool. So that's the 3 figures anyway that I've got so far. I think there's a few more to come, but I think they are they're like people coming to the house, so again I don't know sort of how they sort of fit in terms of characters. Hey Brickers, how are you? Hope you're well. What's your plans for this evening? I'm sure you've got a little live of your own going on at some point. Or any other fun developments? Guys, lots of people sort of tuning in. Make sure to pop into the chat and say hello. Let us know how you're getting on. Oh, you're live at the minute. Of course you are. You're always live. Sorry, I don't actually really... I'm a funny one. Like, I'm happy to go live myself. I wouldn't tend to watch a lot of lives because if I'm not sort of doing this, I've got too many other things on. So apologies, I'd never really pop in and say hello. But I do appreciate you doing that for me. Very good. What are you doing at the minute? What are you living at the minute? Any builds? Or I think last time I looked, you were building airports and amusement parks and all sorts of stuff. How's that going? And what about your Snow White cottage? You're finished it, I think, aren't you? Is that going into the city, or what is that, a display set for you? Or it looks very cool, I must say. Thank you once again, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you want to say hello, drop us a sub, leave us a wee like as well. I'm just sort of working my way through the Sanderson's cottage here from Hocus Pocus. I don't know if you can actually see what I'm doing. So we're actually just working on sort of a roof section at the moment. It's not the most exciting part of the build. It's a lot of plate and tile work. But yeah, we're just sort of slowly working our way through that. Quite like the way it's done. So it's kind of built up using some 2x1 dark bluish grey plates and then 2x2 dark bluish grey tiles. And we also have we also have some that we I can't remember what you call this colour. It's like olive, 1x1 plates as well. So it does give it sort of a nice kind of weathered and worn look. So yeah, it's done a really good job. This obviously represents kind of an old cottage. It has a little bit of disrepair to it. You can kind of see that sort of from the way they've done the kind of frontage here as well, with the wooden panels that are all just connected with like one stud here and there, so they can be moved about just to imply sort of a little bit of wear and stuff like that. That wasn't a smart idea. Okay. And keep saying himself not to lift it like that. There's kind of like a bar that runs all the way across the top of the roof from sort of one side to the other. And it's obviously not designed for lifting the building, but it's kind of feels like it should be. And finally it has come off on me, so I'll just attach this all back down again if I can. There we go. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of disrepair here anyway, so we kind of replicated that on the roof section as well, with just the sort of colours used and just the sort of spacing and stuff and this and that, which was very good. I actually got through this set much quicker than I thought I would. When the last live build I did, it was a Bricklink Designer Program set. The Brickcross train station. It's kind of just hiding in behind this Hocus Pocus box here, and it took me an absolute age over quite a few streams to do. I think the sort of main difference here is that this has a proper instruction manual, which I do appreciate, and the Bricklink sets don't. They are digital instructions only, and I just feel like it took me an absolute age to build using the digital instructions, so it's kind of nice to have a manual in front of me. Hopefully I go continue to do that. I know there's been a lot of sort of chitter and chatter about sort of, not, I don't know necessarily about doing away with the manuals, but it's something that I think I suppose from a cost saving perspective, they are sort of considering maybe going digital only. And I don't know about any of the rest of you, but that would not be a winner for me. Okay, a wee bit of a Technic mechanism going in here now, and this is just presumably for holding the roof section in place. So have we look then? So we've got one of these. One of these. So that goes on the inside. That. It's quite hard in order to see sort of. I don't have a lot of room in the desk here. It's not really the ideal setup, and you can't really see what I'm building on. Maybe what I'll maybe do is I'll maybe move the instructions a little bit. See if we can make this a bit easier, just so you can sort of keep track of the actual thing itself and how we're getting on. That's a bit better. Okay, and then this. So what section do we have here? So that goes there. Pushes in through. There we go. We lost a wee panel there while we're doing that. Right, so that's the first roof section then on. It's quite cool the way that works. So it hinges up nicely. So it hinges up kind of, it's a wee bit cozy, but it does hinge up around the chimney. So that still gives you access in down into the house. Covers up the roof nicely. then we can finish. I did wonder, I thought the chimney looked sort of incomplete in its current form. But there's a wee section of it we have to do then once the roof itself is on. So I don't know if this is actually designed to lift up or not. It does keep it, every time you lift it, it kind of moves the chimney out of the way. So it's maybe just hinges there to sort of allow you to get it into place. But I don't know if it's designed to open up. I know you can obviously get in from the other side. So perhaps that's kind of where the access to the upstairs is on this side rather than on the far side. So we'll just finish off the chimney here, and I think when you sort of build this up, it's probably going to create like a little ridge that'll prevent you from opening the roof up anyway. Hi guys, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you had a nice week. It's great to get to the weekend. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say that. I don't get any builds planned for the weekend or anything sort of fun. Like I say, hopefully I'll get this Sanderson College finished tonight. I am away this weekend for a little bit of family time, so I would love to sort of get this all finished up tonight, but I'm not sure that I will. But yeah, what about everybody else? Everyone that's tuned in, let us know in the chat if you've got any builds planned. And that just slides onto there, and that just finishes the chimney off much better. It was very incomplete looking in the format that it was in previous, but that looks good now. Okay, and just a few more wee details then to go onto the roof. So just a wee bit of sort of plant life, obviously again just representing a bit of wear and age on the roof, a bit of moss or something growing up there. And then we've got a few plates then that just attach onto the studs that were sitting there, you know, from the little olive pieces. Again, presumably just representing some kind of maybe broken tiles or slate or something. But I like all these wee details, and they kind of really help me access, to be honest. And then one over on this side. There we go. So that's presumably that side of the roof finished. Again, I'll just give the water wheel a wee spin, and you can see it's quite hard to see actually because of the box behind, but you can see these crazy pink flames that are popping out the top there. Very good, I like that. There you go. And now we've got another cobweb to go in, so we'll just spin the build around here. So you can just see a wee bit of the internal detail. And there should be a spider somewhere. There he is. Nice big black spider. And then there's just some clips up here then for this to attach up onto. Goes back like that. Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, this is quite cool. So we've got a couple of where's the other one? Oh, he's missing. There should be oh, he's hiding down in the corner. We'll see if I can get him out of there. There's a couple of skeletons in the building, and I don't know if that just sort of implies, you know, people that are, oh, it's so hard to get out. There's very little access down into the sort of bottom of the building. The skeleton's kind of falling in there. There we go, got him through the door. So this one, I've got this wee skeleton here, and he just kind of sits up in like a wee cubby at the top of the stairs, where he's maybe been for years, I don't know. And I've got another one here who looks like he or she, I don't know what it is, has been caged up and left to hang from the ceiling. So I built a wee cage here. I'll stick a skeleton in and I'll let you have a wee look at it. It's quite good. So yeah, I can't really remember sort of a lot about the story of the movie and so forth, or sort of prior to the actual movie itself, but this building obviously had been sort of witchless for a while. This kind of represents a bit of a museum actually in its current form. Hi David, how are you? Thanks for popping back, hope you're well. So yeah, I don't know exactly what the crack is with this building, but yeah, there's a bit of a museum downstairs, and then there's a few sort of I do, mate, yeah. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, so there's like a few sort of skeletons and stuff. It's a bit scary, Bricktonium, isn't it? The amount of times that you talk about something and your phone or your social media or something rather uncannily sticks that right in your face in the form of a post or a video or something. So thank you very much for tuning in though. Do you have the set yourself? Oh yeah, trains. Love it. Thomas, isn't that right? You're a fan of Thomas? I don't know if I've made a mistake here. I think there's a couple of different sized. You get a couple of different size. Maybe I'll see. I'll let you have a wee look at it in a wee second, Victoria. Lighting's not fantastic in here, but I must say one of the things that have impressed me most about this build, and don't get me wrong, the exterior is lovely as well. I think some of the designs and so forth are fantastic. I love how it looks. It's really, really good. But the interior is just absolutely chock-a-block full of detail. It's pretty crazy. Once I've finished this here wee mini build here, I'll let you have a wee nosy at it. Just got another little skeleton to build here. So yeah, I would highly recommend the set, certainly from what I've built so far anyway. I just, like I said this in a previous stream, I wish I had a little bit more sort of, I wish I knew a little bit more about the actual movie and stuff. I think a lot of the, there's two of these to make, darn. Yeah, I think a lot of the little mini builds and stuff inside would have meant a little bit more if I understood it a bit better. This is a tad freakery, but there we go. So we've got this little case then that holds the skeleton. So I've got another one of these to build, and then there's little chains inside that these hang from. So yeah, I don't know what these poor unfortunate people have done. Hi Jamal Chillingford, how are you? Thanks for popping by. Yeah, I don't know what these poor guys have done, but they've met a bit of a fate anyway, so I'll hang that one up and then I'll let you have a look at the inside here again. If I can get this hung up. Darn. That didn't go too well. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. Try and get this back on again. Okay, so I don't know what the best way to do this is now. It's got to be a bit harder now that we've got a bit of roof on, so it's got a bit darker, but thank you mate, appreciate that. So there is the interior. This is kind of the best I can do. Like I say, with the lighting in this room, it's not fantastic. You can see there is an absolute mountain of detail in it. It's really crap, it's really hard. I don't have a light even that I can shine on to show it off in a better light, but you can see there's a cauldron, there's these little displays here and little notice boards with details on the displays. There's that book in the little display shelf or whatever there. And there's a little sort of looks like a little, I don't know what it's selling, but it's like cards or stuff, and a little checkout area in the back. And then we've got way back in that corner again it's hard to do it justice actually with the lack of light in here, but way back in the corner there's like tons of shells with various bits and pieces on it, and there's like a little again, I don't know what this is meant to represent. It almost looks like a little potter's table or something, but I don't think that's what it is. And then even upstairs we've got candelabras, we've got all these broomsticks, we've got this super funky Hoover in here, and then the women, the beds and everything. So it's cool. It's just packed full of stuff. It's kind of a joy to build because there's so many mini builds and so many interesting bits and pieces. So yeah, it's very cool. And again, I think if I just knew the movie a little bit better, it would sort of be even better because it would mean a bit more, all the different references and things like that. Yeah, all the Northern Irish folk, if the accent didn't give it away. There's not many of us, so we have to represent. Okay, and just got another one of these wee sort of hanging thingy-ma-doofers. Words are escaping me here. Yeah, another one of these little cages in, and one more skeleton to go into it. So, hey, welcome back, Kimmy. So it's kind of slow on my progress down here, but I was hoping to sort of really crack through this tonight, but some of these wee builds are quite fruitery. I see working with bars and clips and stuff like that, I hate it. It's definitely not my favourite thing. But it all adds to the build. I have a sneaky suspicion I've missed a piece somewhere because I've got a little plant piece left over. Alright Jamal, all the best. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Alrighty. See you, Berkshires. Right, there we go. So we've got another kind of unfortunate little soul here. It's not so well done, this one, but there you go. That's the second of our little skeletons that have yeah, no, absolutely, Bertoni, get it. It's really good. I'm going to absolutely build it as per instructions to begin with. I will probably, so there's our two guys hanging up here anyway. Bless them. Don't know what they've done wrong, and I don't know how long they've been there, but given their skeletons this some time. Hey, Roaming Lego, how are you? Thanks for popping by. Yeah, so I will absolutely build it as per instructions to begin with. Oh, I've missed it here, that's what's wrong. But I don't quite know how this is going to fit in with my layout. I was saying sort of on a previous stream that I might sort of try and come up with like some funky story as to why this building exists, and have it sort of somewhere kind of in like a quiet corner of the layout, somewhere maybe like a dark little wood, and maybe have like a little batch of scouts or something that have stumbled upon it when they're out camping or hiking or whatever it is they're doing. And yeah, these sort of witches or wannabe witches or whatever they're going to be in the context of the story that I create are up to all sorts of badness, and yeah, we'll create some funky wee stories, but I'm sort of definitely open to ideas on how best to incorporate this into the layout without it sort of being too sort of fantasy and whatnot. So what I will probably strip back some of the little details anyway, I suppose is what I'm saying. I'll definitely be getting rid of these. Or maybe not, I don't know. like I said, if I can come up with something creative, then I can try and sort of factor them all in. But yeah, very cool build. I think we're just sort of building some sort of little candelabra here at the moment, or like an old chandelier or something to that extent. So again, it's a wee bit foodery, but I think from this point on, then it's just finishing off the roof on the other side, so that we should get through that very quickly. There's like a wee side building sort of that attaches on. I kind of like to get sort of stuck into that. This just attaches onto the side here. Because we've got that nice wee candelabra chandelier hanging kind of just above one of the wee displays then in the building. It's very hard to see, so oh wow, brick tours, what short's that? That's pretty impressive. I don't think I've ever got any that have got quite that many. Something's not quite right here. I think I'm gonna need to tweak something in this build, because there's a couple of little mini builds that are kind of on top of one another, but I can come back to that afterwards. It should be easy enough to fix. And we've got another wee bat. Do you know, for the most part, Jamal, it hasn't been a difficult build. There are a lot of little there's a lot of little foodery bits, but the actual sort of structure itself was fairly straightforward and went up pretty quickly, so it's not too bad. It's actually been quite fun. I'm sort of surprised at how quickly I've got through it up to now, to be honest. So there's only like 15 bags. There's not, it was like just over 2,000 parts. So it's not huge. Yeah. Could very well be, given that given that it's perched up beside two skeletons in cages. I expect you're probably right, Roman Lego. And that vampire bat has had his way. So again, this room is very similar to the last one. It's just all 2x2 dark blue plates, and then we've got some wee sort of wedge pieces and some 2x2 tiles, and then we've got some plates and stuff as well. So it's, you know, fairly straightforward little build. It's come together reasonably quickly. Kind of like it. There's not a huge amount of detail on it, but it sort of works. It has that nice distressed and sort of worn look about it, without sort of having to sort of go into too much detail and sort of use too many parts. So it's kind of been a fairly straightforward build. No, it's a roof panel. There is a wee bit, actually I forgot to show this. So this was kind of, oh crap, I broke it. This was a little section from the very start of the build. So this kind of represents the gateway and fenceway into the front of the house. And there is a well, a cemetery or a few tombstones at the front of the house. So yeah, that's a really cool wee detail as well. I really like that. And then you've got this little cat here, and then there's actually a sticker there with some cat prints as well for a wee bit of extra detail. So yes, no, this is just a roof panel that I'm doing at the minute, but there are some gravestones up the front here. Yeah, I would say it's probably one of my Lego building problems is I do absolutely rattle through builds, and this is great because you get the stuff built. It kind of annoys me sometimes because you kind of want to see everyone enjoy builds, and yeah, sometimes it's over before you even realise it. I know I'm a big fan of the finished piece as well, so I just always want to get it built, just see it in its glory. The movie camera is pretty cool. I like it because of the figures, to be honest. Particularly the I forget what they are now. Bambi. It's a Bambi one, isn't it? It's a Bambi figure. I can't remember what the other one is, but yeah, I think I do have it. But I'm not a massive Disney fan. I don't get these because they're Disney. I got this because it's a cool build, plain and simple. I have a nice big Lego room in my garage, or above my garage rather, and I have plans to have a big layout up in there. So I'm gonna have like tables the whole way around and sort of build a big layout then that sort of goes around the circumference of the room, and sort of a city style in the centre as well. So I generally look for any building that I can kind of see fitting in. And I like this because it's a fully enclosed build. It's a really cool house, and it just represents something a wee bit different to, any of the other kind of Lego buildings that are released, the modulars and stuff like that. So, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see it built. I don't know if I've actually, I've obviously seen it. I have it myself, like I said, not built, and I've sort of had a look at the box and I've seen it sort of in that way, but I've never actually seen the set sort of in real life built. I think it'd be quite interesting to see. It's pretty cool. I like the film piece that comes with it as well. I think that's really unique. The sort of reel with all the little snapshots of different Disney movies in kind of a Lego form. That was pretty creative. Yeah, so I'll put my hands up right here, right now. I like Star Wars, but I don't get Star Wars Lego. I have so much Lego that it's beyond a joke, and I cannot bring myself to start collecting another theme. So I think Star Wars is not something. Now that's not to say that I don't have some. I do a wee bit of investing as well, and I've bought a few sets, to put away for future resale. But I'm not really a big Lego Star Wars fan. I love the Lord of the Rings set. I have Rivendell. Rivendell's fantastic. I do have the Shire and Barad-dûr, but I haven't built either of them yet. So I'm really looking forward to them. I have all the Lord of the Rings brickheads as well, but I don't know if I'll build them or not. So I kind of thought I'd have a nice wee. Oh man, I don't know if I could put a number on it. If you go back to some of my earlier long form videos, or even maybe some shorts, I can't remember. I have done like a wee overview because I'm sort of currently, just for quick context, I built a house fairly recently. I moved into the house in between sort of leaving my last house and this one being built. I've been in various temporary accommodations, whether it be you know, or mobile home, or living with my parents and stuff like that. So all my Lego was boxed up and sort of stored away. So I kind of have been going through all my Lego, unboxing it, and sort of recording it. And yeah, I think on some of those videos, I think the very first video, my introduction video, I sort of just pan around my garage, which had all of my boxes in it. So that'll give you a wee bit of an idea of how many sets I have. That's not even all of them. In terms of sets that I've built, it would be hundreds. Like I've so many. I hadn't been building a lot for a long time, but I've kind of got back into the way of it of late, and I've been building quite a bit. A lot of smaller sets as well, lots of wee display ones, which is cool. But my focus, I love Lego trains, so that's kind of what I really focus on. I have lots and lots of Lego trains, and a sort of a railway is going to be the main sort of focus of my layout. So there'll be a railroad that runs the whole way around it, connecting all the different parts of it out and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I have an extraordinary amount of Lego. So Lego Star Wars is a no, because I can't get into anything more than what I'm in already. I have the all superhero set. I like the I have the Daily Bugle and Sanctum Sanctorum and the Avengers Tower, because again I can see them sort of fitting into my layout. So I couldn't really say no to them as fast builds. Haven't built any of them yet. I think the Bugle I was very close to building. Thank you, appreciate that. I know obviously I might be a bit hard to understand at times, because I do talk a little bit on the quick side, but I think it's nice sometimes, you know, when you're watching live streams, the build pace can be quite slow, so you never actually really get to see a huge amount of the build. So I think maybe that reflects a little bit on how I go about things. There we go. So that is the other roof done. So we're rattling through this nicely. What set is this from? Yeah, I think Lego for me. It's just not fun friends. Yeah, the mini dolls are pretty good. So sorry, what set is this from? It's the Hocus Pocus set. So it's part of the Lego Ideas line. It's a Disney set as well. So it's just a standalone set that obviously was designed by a fan and turned into a real project. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Lego Friends myself, although yeah, the mini dolls in particular are pretty ghastly. But the I must say they've really upped their game. I thought of late. There's some really cool sets come out. So there was the Botanical Garden set, which I thought was really good. I know it was then kind of arguably superseded by it is indeed Tiffany, you're bang on, Sanderson's Cottage. So yeah, it was kind of superseded by the Lego Ideas one, which is infinitely better. But there was that, and then there was like a little, is there like a guest house that was released fairly recently? Lego Friends Guest House. I'm pretty sure I have it. I'm pretty sure I bought it. I haven't built it, but I thought it was super neat. So what I kind of tend to do is I'll build the sets, and then I maybe deframe them a little bit. Some of the colours can be a bit garish, sometimes they're a bit bright, so I sort of try to neutralise those a touch. There's been some pretty cool sets of late, but the mini dolls, no, not for me, I'm afraid. Okay, I've got another minifigure here. Don't know who this is. I presume it's a character from the movie. So it's obviously someone that has wandered upon the set and fallen on the foul side of the Sanderson sisters, and they've got like this cool little it's quite hard to see, I do apologise, but this little round cylindrical brick here that says salt on it. Presumably someone's not a fan of salt, so that's good. And then I don't know, I'm not sure what we're building here now. I think this is maybe, I think there's like a little sort of section that goes on this part of the roof here. That sort of comes out this way with like a little window and stuff on it. So I think that's what we're building now. So it's bringing some nice angles into play. Cheers, Plutonium. Thank you very much. Take care, mate. Hope you see you about. Yes, and guys, anyone that is tuning in, definitely drop us a wee like, let us know if you're enjoying the content at all, and even if you're not enjoying it, just give me a like anyway, just to make my life a little bit better. You're all good, Jamal. You can sort of hang with me for a bit longer, right? I'm not sure, this was only meant to be a little quick stream, so I've kind of already overstayed my how long I intended to be on this, but once you sort of get building, it can be hard to stop sometimes. Jamal, are you building anything yourself at the minute? I don't know about anybody else, but it's so warm here at the minute too, and I'm so uncomfortably warm. Not that I'm necessarily complaining, it's great to get some good weather, but like our house is kind of built to retain heat, and man am I feeling it. Anyone that, excuse me, anyone that's just tuning in, we're just sort of building our way through the Hocus Pocus house. What have I done wrong here? No, it's fine. Yeah, so it's the Sanderson's sisters' cottage. It is set number 21341. Yeah, I must say, and I was very, very impressed with it. Like I said, I'm not necessarily a huge Disney fan, but, and as I was saying earlier to Bertonium, that the level of detail on the interior is superb. The fan that kind of come up with this design did such a good job, as did the designers themselves, you know, for, you know, when they kind of put it into practice or put it into reality. But you know, sometimes you get these buildings and they're merely a shell. You know, there's not a huge amount going on sort of on the outside of them, but this has it all. Yeah, there is a pumpkin. Not sure where that features just yet. It'll be coming up soon. Okay, so that just goes on there, so that's nice. Just adds a little bit of sort of alternative detail to the front of the building. And some nice wee angles then. Sort of breaking away from just that big sort of panel that is the roof. Okay, so yeah, there's a little sort of outside section now, so don't know where this goes. Let's have a look and see if we can see. So this presumably goes at the front door, so it's just a little entrance area here. So I guess that's where the pumpkin's going to go, but it's just kind of built up with a little bit of greenery and a few wee bits of detailing. I kind of enjoy stuff like this because, you know, it just adds a wee bit of extra character to these builds as well. It's nice to bring a wee bit of colour in because it is all a bit sort of murky and dark and stuff as well. So yeah, this just sort of lightens it up a wee bit and brings it a wee bit of life into the build as well. And what have we got down this side? This is obviously just a little set of steps then up to the front door. Quite cool, all these wee kind of side bills as well. They're all attached with pins, you know, so you can move stuff around and sort of just change it a wee bit as well and almost just set it up however you want it to be, which I think is quite nice. It's a nice idea, rather than, you know, everything just be attached by brick and sort of be set in place. It gives you a bit of flexibility to move things around, and maybe there's another little section on one of the other sides that has a bit of foliage and stuff as well. And I don't know if the pins are set up exactly the same, but you may be able to sort of move one bit to the other side and stuff like that, and just kind of tweak it a little bit to suit the style that you want from it. So nice wee touches like that. few bits of sort of rockery and stuff going on here. Just create a wee bit of detail. I think I've got everything. Hey Akron, welcome to the stream. Thanks for popping in. So there's quite a few little sort of smaller flippery bits in here, so I'm just having to concentrate a wee bit more on what I'm doing here, just make sure I don't miss anything. I kind of have a bad habit in these streams to just lose my attention a little bit and making silly wee mistakes and then having to backtrack. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't make any silly mistakes. I'm sort of just layering this up nicely. It's quite a nice little build. And again, like I said, just adds a wee bit of extra detail and a wee bit of sort of a bit of variation to the kind of house build section where it's all sort of bricks and panels and tans and browns and stuff, so it's nice. And then with some wee stalks going in, so again it still has that kind of worn sort of derelict look about it. Like I said, this house has obviously been left for a little while without a huge amount of attention. I thought, is that quite loud? I actually was just sort of semi-aware of the noise there whenever I put a few of them down. It's my own ASMR or whatever it is you call it. I can be a wee bit aggressive sometimes in a building. Alright, now I've just got a nice wee, this is quite good. So there's your pumpkin on, I don't know if you noticed that, but there's your little pumpkin in place. Just sitting at the front, in the front door then. Okay. And that's a really cool use of the sort of bull or cow horns, whatever you want to call them. So they've used them then just to create little sort of handles for the stairway up into the house. I'll just give you a wee closer look at that now. There you go, so you can see just those. So those are the horns you usually get on cows or bulls or whatever, and they've just used them then with these clips to, sorry it's hard to crap at this, lining stuff up with the camera. So yeah, it's just used to create these little handles for the stairways. And no, there are two more sort of steps left. There's bag 14 and there's two bag 15, so we've got a couple of little bits to go yet. I'm not sure now if I get it all finished tonight or not, but we'll see. I have another sticker to do, so that'll cause me a moment of distress. Right, where's my brick separator? Yeah, I like to use the brick separators to apply the stickers onto the tiles and stuff. I just think it gives you a wee bit more control. They still don't always come out perfect, but whenever you do it this way as well, if something doesn't go right, as it didn't there, it's easy to peel it straight back off again. There we go. The Sanderson's Witch Museum, so that probably gives a wee bit more context to what's actually going on in this house then. So this is presumably after the witches have been and gone, and it's been turned into a museum then to commemorate them in some shape or form. So that just goes there. And still a few wee pieces to go here. I definitely missed something, have I? Oh, maybe not. I don't know what this here represents. Right, a few wee spare pieces there. So that's that little section done then. So it just then clips onto the front of the house. Do it affect how you? Thanks for popping by. Clip that on, and there we go. So that just has a nice wee bit of detail then to the, crud. Yeah, that's a nice wee bit of detail to the front of the build. And yeah, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what this here represents. There we go. So that's kind of where we're up to there. That's not where that goes either. Goes. Can't really put it there. Anyway. Hey Akron. Oh. Hey again Akron. There we go. So that's that little section done. That's the end of bag 13. So we'll crack open bag 14, and I suppose at this point we may as well start trying to commit to finishing this. I'd only intended on doing maybe like a wee bag tonight, but I'll rattle on. So another wee minifigure in here with a cool wee outfit. I should point out, I did show all the witches earlier. Yeah, it is. It is there. You can just about see it. So we've got this little lady here who's got like a really cool little outfit on with some lovely printing on it. And I'll give you a wee close up now in 1 second once I've her kind of built. This looks like a little trick-or-treater here. And she presumably is dressed up as a little witch. So I'll show you her in this capacity. She has a wee bucket with her as well. So again, we've got some gel molding, or not gel molding, we've got front and back printing on the torso and on the face. So we've got like two different faces, so I'll let you have a look at her here anyway. So we've got this side here then. So you can see that cool printing on the torso there with like the star, I don't know if it's a necklace or something, and just cool wee outfit on there. And then she's got a bit of a worried face on that side. And on the back again, we've got some more cool little prints on the torso, and then like a little happy smiling face. And then this is the hair piece, which is pretty cool. She's got an almighty head of hair, and then a cool witch's hat as well. So there's another cool wee character. If only she knew the fate that awaited her coming trick-or-treating to this house. Poor girl. So I think this is the wee, like I said, there's a wee sort of build section that attaches onto the side. I think that's what we're building up here now. You know, I like it. The minifigures are all very good, I must say. There's no, there's so much detail in them all. Bar, well, that sort of girl that we looked at previously. I suppose it is still nice. She's got a cool wee pair of jeans and a nice wee sort of vest and stuff on. So, and the witches are very cool. There's a lot of detail in the witches. So no, they've definitely sort of gone the extra level with this set and with some of the details in it. I do really like it. Which is good. Sometimes, you know, a lot of sets, the minifigures can be very disappointing. There's just not a whole lot going on with them. You know, so it's nice that they have sort of taken into account sort of all the characters and sort of given them the sort of attention that they deserve. I'm not sure what way it's meant to go, it doesn't really matter. There's a nice click for you. Guys, anyone just tuning in, we're just finishing off. Well, we're not quite there, but we're almost finished. We're working our way through Sanderson's Cottage, the Lego Ideas Hocus Pocus set. So it was the 49th of the Lego Ideas sets, and I don't know, definitely right up there, I think, in my opinion, as one of the sort of better ones. Definitely not the best, but one of the better ones. And set number 21341 for anyone who's it is still available. This set is available in the shops. In fact, you can readily get it from some retailers, especially here in the UK, at discounted prices. So, you know, if you were considering getting it, I would just sort of hold off and keep an eye on the likes of Argos and things like that. So I got this for, I think it was 25% off, so I got it for a really good price. And it was kind of just felt like the right price to convince me to go ahead and get it. I've sort of been thinking about it for a while. But it's been a really enjoyable build. The detail in it is fantastic. Sort of, like internally and externally, I think the actual sort of build design itself is very cool. It's got that authentic sort of Tudor look about it. It's a really cool build. But the internal detail, the interior is phenomenal. So many little references and little mini builds and all sorts. It's very, very cool. Unfortunately though, it's quite heavily enclosed, and it is quite difficult to sort of really appreciate sort of how much detail there is in it. I don't really have great lighting, so it's kind of hard to get in. Is that a scarecrow head? If that's what you're referencing, it is a sack. Or if it's, I don't imagine it would be that. That's just a little pot of some sort. But no scarecrow head, I'm afraid. Now, I don't know, there might be something in the final bag that would kind of fit in very well with the theme, wouldn't it? I don't recall any sort of notable scarecrows in the movie now, but as I've made the point on many occasions, my sort of recollection and knowledge of the movie is far from good, so I wouldn't read too much into that. Okay, with just another wee sticker to go on here. I'm not looking forward to this one because it's going on to a curved brick, which is not ideal. Not sure what it is or what it represents. Oh, it's maybe like a mirror. Do you know what? I'm going to go the other way with that. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm happy enough with that. So yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that represents. I think it looks like a wee sort of glass cabinet in the mirror. Or something along those lines anyway. This is building up really quickly. It's quite a straightforward little section. This is just all, it's very heavy brickwork. So. Taking shape nicely. So Jamal, you said you like sort of the superhero stuff and things like that, isn't that right? Superhero and Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. Have you a single favourite set or build? I always hate when people ask me that question because it's hard sometimes to just nail one build. There's usually quite a few out there that you like, but sometimes people have got a real strong favourite. This little section's taking shape nicely, so if I turn the build around the other way, I think that yeah, so this just goes on this side here then. Oh, anything Lego. That's dangerous. That's money. But I get it. But surely if you're put on the spot and had to name one set as your favourite, surely you would have something that would be your go-to. I gotta go first. For me, mine's maybe a wee bit on the controversial side because my favourite is an older Lego train actually. It's the Metroliner train from, I want to say 91. It's set number 4558 and it is, for me, by a country mile, my favourite set. Okay, so it looks like we've got a fireplace here, which is quite interesting because there's a chimney on the other side of the building which doesn't lead to a fireplace. And now on the opposing side to the chimney we have a fireplace now. I'm going to just put it all down to magic because that's magic and how it works, right? Hey, how are you? Thanks for popping by. I've got a wee fireplace thing going on. Oh, I made a mistake. It is quiet, isn't it? Plenty of people watching, but chat's just very quiet. Well, that does generally tend to be the case with my chats. They're not super busy, to be honest. Okay, so that is the fireplace built up, and that just goes right down into the back there. There we go, got this could be fireplace then. And your scarecrow's head is hanging over the fire, so it doesn't have much of a chance. And there's a wee bit of detailing going on to either side here, so. But yeah, like I said, the fireplace is on the opposite side of the building to the chimney, but I'm not going to question any of that because it's magic. Oh, that's one of the biggest challenges, Tiffany, isn't it? Space is such a killer when it comes to Lego. Would you even like sort of buy sets and build them and then just sort of break them down and put them into storage until maybe you have somewhere to display them, or is that not something you'd be really interested in? Like I said, I did have that problem for quite some time there. I've sort of been in between houses and whatnot, and it's only now that I've kind of got into my new house that I have a dedicated space for Lego, and that makes all the difference. What have I done wrong here? That's the wrong way around. But I do find I just enjoy sitting building, it's just fun. Yeah, I like the city line. I know it's not everyone's favourite, it's obviously generally more play focused and stuff, isn't it? But they come up with some cool sets, and you know, I think what I like about them as well is you can obviously build them to instruction and build up some cool wee sets. But then, you know, they're generally sort of almost like half a build, and you can get a bit creative yourself and sort of turn it into something a little bit more. I do have a lot of Harry Potter stuff as well, but I intend to get rid of it all because, again, I'm trying to just sort of thin down, and here we're on the last sticker, so that's cool. That's a major bonus. Trying to thin my collection down a wee bit, and I think Harry Potter's going to be one of the themes that I look to get rid of. There's a few wee sets I hold on to. I do have, I'll be keeping the Diagon Alley set and Gringotts. I have a few of the Private Drive sets, which I would hold on to because I want to kind of turn them into like a wee, just like a wee housing estate or something like that. But for the most part, I'll be looking to really clear that collection down. Right, we're on to the last bag here now, folks, so we're almost finished. Hey Red Frog, welcome back. Good to see you again. Star Wars is obviously such a popular and common theme, but as I said previously, it's just a theme that I'm not willing to sort of embrace and get into. It's just too much Lego as is, and that's a big theme. I just don't want to go there. Right, so we've got the last of our minifigures then. So we've got a young chap here. I'm really good, thank you. How are you? So again, we've got a cool pair of jeans there with a wee bit of detail on the denim with the pockets, and again, nice wee sort of jacket with a wee sort of cross pattern on it, and it's got some design on the rear of the torso as well. And again, dual printed head, so we've got a smiley face here and a oh my shock face here. So that's when the witches get hold. And then just a fairly straightforward little hair piece then with sort of a wee set of curtains or something to that regard anyway. So another cool figure. Yeah, so that's I'm gonna see if I can line them all up here. So we've got the three sort of normal folk then, or the people that are out trick-or-treating and whatever else. Again, like I said, they're all cool figures with nice printing, all dual molded faces and some nice little outfits. And then I'll just give you the witches again because the witches are fantastic. There we go, so we've got the three witches as well then. So whilst these are pretty awesome looking figures, I don't think you want to cross their path because they mean trouble. But they're really cool, I really like them. Again, the level of detail throughout the set is fantastic, right down to the minifigures. And so let's get this build finished, and then I can wrap up for the night and go maybe watch the second half of the football. Or maybe second movie on, don't we? I feel like I'm racing now to get this done. So close to the end. Should just take my time and enjoy it, but you know, when you get to this point, you just kind of want to get it done and be able to say, nice, I like it. Oh, 3:52 AM or PM. Where are you based, Jamal? Are you in the States? Well, obviously, depending on whether it's AM or PM, that'll heavily dictate where you are, but oh, afternoon, okay, so you're the other, yeah, you will be that way, won't you? Yeah, oh cool, lucky you. You'll be getting into sort of hurricane season and stuff now, won't you? it's 8:52 here, so sort of early evening, but it's not too bad. Oh, I've done something wrong here. I've missed a step. I have missed a step. Groggy. No. Well, that's... Right, I'm just like super focused here. I'm like really ramping through this build. We're so nearly done. Once I finish, I'll give sort of a wee quick tour again of the build itself. I'll see, I do have another light in the room. I'll sort of bring it in and see if I can just give you a wee better view inside of it. Because, like I said, there's just so much detail in there, and it's just very cool set. Okay, set that aside. So we're moving on to the wee roof section now then. And it's sort of in a similar style to all the roofs previous. So again, we're just working on these 2x1 plates, 2x2 tiles, these little sort of dark bluish grey sort of wedge pieces, and the wee 1x1 olive plates. And just sort of very, like I said, it's quite a simple sort of way to build the roof up, but it creates just a nice level of detail and a nice bit of sort of distress and age and wear, and just as well. Oh, the supply llama. It's because I'm afraid I'm of an age where Fortnite has just kind of passed me by. So I was never terribly into Fortnite, so I don't get a lot of it now. Having said that, I did pick up Peely Bones because, well, simply put, it's just a class set. I haven't built them yet, but I really liked it. And I like the battle bus as well. The battle bus looks quite cool, but again, the references are somewhat lost on me. So like, and I do game. I'm a gamer, but I have no interest in Fortnite. And I'm fine with that. How did you find the build? Was it good? I'll probably show my age a wee bit whenever I sort of confess to not playing Fortnite, but no, I sort of not really a big don't really game online much. I kind of prefer to keep my gaming offline. It's just for me, gaming is just like a wee place to go and sort of hide and get lost by myself, so I don't really care too much sharing the experience with anyone else. But pretty cool set nonetheless. Like I said, it's a cool sort of collaboration, the Lego and Fortnite. Hey Lucienne, thank you very much for popping by. Thank you for subbing. How are you? Hope you're well. Okay, so that's the 2 roof pieces done then for the 2 sides. So we stick these into place. Right, I have done something wrong. What have I done wrong? No, just haven't pressed them through far enough. We're all good. Thank you, appreciate that. That's very kind. I just appreciate you taking the time to watch them. That's really good. It can be hard to motivate yourself sometimes because it does take a lot of time and effort to sort of put stuff together. But if people are enjoying it, then that makes it worthwhile. There we go. So it doesn't really look like a huge amount at the minute, but that's that little section sort of roofed up now. So like I said, that will eventually just clip on here. And then I don't know, there must be something goes in the front at the bottom because it's a wee bit sort of a wee bit bland looking, especially when you compare it to the rest of the build. Sort of chimney or something here. It does make a little bit more sense. Like I said, there is absolutely a big chimney on the other side, which has magic flames coming out of it, but there's no fireplace anywhere near it. So I don't quite know how that works. Here, we're so close to being done. What you see here is literally the end of it, so you don't have long to go. There's like, what, 20 pieces left perhaps? So yeah, thank you very much for sticking with me. I appreciate it. Okay, so it's just got like a wee bit of a side build here then. Again, just a wee bit more detail and a wee bit more greenery. And then we're done. Oh, we're missing a piece. Oh, I've made a mistake somewhere. Oh yeah, there. Water plum. That's easy rectified. Okay, so just some greenery to go in then. And I think there's another pumpkin coming up. 2 for the price of 1. I feel like I'm missing something here. It doesn't feel like this should be the end of the set, to be honest. There's a few details that look like they're missing, but I'm reasonably confident that this is it. So this goes on this side there. So again, these wee bits all just kind of clip in with pins. So yes, the witches have obviously had the way in. A few people have come up a cropper. Alright, so this goes in here. Okay, so there's just a wee bit of greenery then, sort of attaches onto the building, which probably just gives it a wee bit more interest. Still think sort of relative to the rest of the build, it's kind of just doesn't feel as finished. Right, and that is that. So that's all the pieces in place anyway. So I'll bring the whole set together here. I'll set it up in the front and just in front of the camera here, and we'll have a wee better look at it. Right, so and that just clips. So that will go on there. It's not so easy to get in. Gotta be an easier way to do this. It's a wee bit of food waste. The one thing I hate sometimes with these pins, they don't always necessarily just clip in that nice and neatly inside. Can't really see what I'm doing as well. There we go. Okay, so that is the build in its entirety. And we have this little section that goes on the front of it. I'm just going to kind of set it up as it would be. And then we'll pop some minifigures in here. So I'm just going to put these three here. Kind of like a wee display almost as well, which is quite cool. Now I'll pop the three witches here in front of the tombstones. So there we go. I present to you one finished Sanderson's Cottage. So again, the set number 21341 from the Lego Ideas line. Set number, Lego Ideas number 49, and it's the Hocus Pocus set. And that set's finished, so it's a really cool build. So obviously we've got these 6 minifigures here with the 3 witches, and then these 3 characters here. We've got this nice little sort of frontage here, which kind of is the entrance into the garden of the cottage. We've got these gates, some fencing, wee tombstone and stuff there, and a little cat. And if I sort of pop that out of the way, then here we have the actual cottage itself. So again, so much detail going on, lots of nice sort of external detail with the little plant pieces and the vines and leaves and stuff like that. And again, it's on this nice Tudor style with so much detail. So this little waterway that spins around, and then that in turn pops these pink flames up. And then on this side, so this bit does open up and provides you access into the build itself. The roofs do kind of tilt up and down as well. I'll show you that in a second. And this gives you access just into the cottage then, and it's obviously kind of representing as a little museum. We have a light brick, which is accessible, or is activated using this little button down here, and you can see that lights up. So what's actually going on in there is a cauldron. I wonder if I lift this up a little bit of light into this. I do have a light here. Let's see if I don't know if that makes it a wee bit easier to see down into it anyway, but yeah, so we have quite a bit of detail down inside the house itself here. There's the bed, there's all the broomsticks, there's candelabras, there's a few hanging skeletons here. They're just dangling from these cages. The light's not really working terribly well at all. And then inside there's just so much detail again. We've got all these little things downstairs sort of representing a cauldron, and there's various pieces of sort of witch regalia in the back. There's this little stand here with this candle, whatever this candle represents. And yeah, just so much, just so many cool features and things. So that light's not really helping a huge amount, but yeah, so it's a very cool build. And yeah, I really like that. And that will, well, like I said, it'll feature somewhere within my layout anyway. But that's it. So I'll take some pictures and stick a few pictures up, maybe just as a wee post on the channel. But I've really enjoyed that. It's a really cool build, fantastic detail, internal and external, and not a huge build. We did get through it fairly quickly indeed, but I enjoyed it. So I'll probably just wrap up the stream anyway. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Remember to give us a wee like and a sub if you want to sort of join in future streams. We'll maybe do a wee poll and pick out another set then for next time round. I don't know what we'll do next, but it's kind of nice to build it up and get it finished. So take care, folks. Anyway, have a good evening, and see you all later. Bye.